all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. Haskins?
Here.
Mr. Whitford?
Here.
Mr. Bukowski?
Here.
Ms. Coy? Here. Mr. Baumgartner?
Here. Hey, old business. Input on the relationship between VFW, American Legion, and the city. Follow-up discussion.
Commander, can we approve the minutes from the last meeting also? I have them up there on the diary.
Ooh. Sorry, yep, sorry. Can we have the approval of minutes?
Move to approve. Move to approve.
Andrea moved to approve, and Russ seconded.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passed. All right, now, where was I? Okay. Old business. Input on the relationship between the VFW, American Legion, and the city. Follow-up discussion.
I didn't know if there was anything else. I left it on this agenda only for probably the last time. If there's anything else to add, if not, I'll drop it off. But I just want it to be more of an ongoing conversation, and things change sometimes to keep the lines of communication open, but I didn't know if there was anything else, and after that we won't see it until someone else brings it up.
The main thing was communication between us, and I think we pretty much got that resolved. Does anybody else have anything else on that?
No.
I guess we're all clear on that then.
I'll drop it off the agenda for next
Okay, thank you, Randy. Do we have any public input? Nope. Yeah, moving right along. New business. July 4th, 2018 parade post-mortem discussion update. The good and what we can improve on.
I did get some information, some verbal and some written feedback. I was just hoping as a group we could, if there's something else that maybe next year we can be either more proactive with. I think John sent me something, and I've talked to a couple on what could be done differently. If, I'm sure there's always things we can do better, but what I saw this year, I didn't see a lot of fighting or complaining, and some of the folks that were complaining were certainly straightened out by our local police department of where they would fall in line. So I think the list signed off by the city manager helped a lot. And
well, for sure, it went a lot. We had a couple little issues, but it really went very well. But one thing that I would like to bring up, we've been talking back and forth with the American Legion. As you are well aware, that our honor guard gentlemen and ladies are very, very up there in age. Yeah, you. Well, we're talking back and forth, and I think it would be a good idea if we involved the junior ROTC along with the honor guard, their younger group, and let these young kids carry these flags for their older gentlemen. I think that would be a big help. And I certainly wouldn't have a problem with it. I believe Johnny and Russ agree with that. Andrew, do you have anything on that?
No, actually, that was my idea.
Yes.
And I had that discussion with the honor guard. And I in all fairness, there's a couple of guys who can and always will be a couple who can go. I think they should be allowed to march if they can, but we need to take the burden off of them. And I think the other step two to this is we'll let the ROTC join in every year, make that a given, that the junior ROTC, because they love that, and they've been available for the last couple of years. But the other thing is to provide a platform. We need to honor the honor guard. Our honor guard works their butt off all year long. Jerry, how many funerals did you do last year?
I believe we did 71, well, it's not funerals, it was,
Okay, so,
it ended up to be, the figure was 71 events and funerals, mostly funerals.
right, funerals and events that they're asked, this is Jerry Liucci for our secretary, Jerry Liucci, the commander of the Honor Guard.
Temporarily.
That's a lot of events, and they deserve recognition. So perhaps we can find something really, really nice for them to ride in so that they can be seen, and put them right behind the flags. They deserve credit for what they do. So the trick is finding something classy. Do you think, would they like that? Would they go for that?
Yes, maybe some form of float, and I think it's great to have the ROTC with us because these are probably our future military. These are a great group of kids, and I'll work with Commander Landis, if he will. We'll have them carry the service flags, and maybe a couple hardcore will have the American flag and a POW flag.
Yeah, this way the burden at the last minute, if somebody's sick or people feel that they can do it, and then they get out there and go, oh my God.
Well, this year was a good example of, it was pretty warm.
It was hot.
And I was feeling it for the first time, marching, so I think it's a great idea to have a float, and it's a great idea to have ROTC. They really do a good job. They make us look bad, so. Anyway.
They're proud to make you look good.
Yeah, that's, okay, we'll work on the float together, but I'll entertain a motion to turn around and put the ROTC in with the American Legion.
I'll second.
With the Honor Guard, not with the...
Or with the Honor Guard, I mean, yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, put the ROTC with the Honor Guard. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
Was there any other things we want to talk?
Well, if we have the motion for that, then I'd like to make a motion that we provide a space behind the Honor Guard, behind the marching Honor Guard, for the Honor Guard.
For a float for the Honor Guard.
For a float. To go in that lineup. So it's Honor Guard.
Second.
And then float.
Can I just ask, the master of ceremonies, would they be before or after?
What, the float?
Yeah.
Behind the flag. The flag would always go first.
But the master of ceremony, the veterans we had, they were the elderly. Would they be behind the Honor Guard or in front of the Honor Guard float?
The Master of Ceremonies?
Grand Marshal?
The Grand Marshals, yeah, there you go. That's a good question. Maybe we could sandwich them in. I don't know that it makes that big of a difference. Sandwich them in between the two Honor Guards.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I mean, it's all military,
Right.
but that's a good
Yeah.
question.
We can work that out and then bring that back up at the next meeting and decide that. We have time on that yet.
Did we take a voice vote? We need a vote.
Well, I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. John, do we have anything on Veterans Day update?
I'm working on that. I have a template that's already there. I just need to establish a set of meetings and then look at if the high school availability, and I think a discussion with the city and looking at the date, because I think you and I, John, were talking that I think Veterans Day falls on a Sunday, and I don't know how that impacts the city on setting up something for a Sunday. Do we look at Saturday or a Monday?
It would be the first time. It's not the first time. And,
Okay.
I mean, it is overtime for city workers, which the city does, and, but Sunday, it's Veterans Day. We'll be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only thing, but I'll be establishing some meetings with,
Well, the thing is, we won't have another meeting. The
Yeah, we have
meeting,
one more meeting, yes.
yeah, but that's like a week. 2 weeks before Veterans Day. That's a little late to notify the public.
Well, we have one in first week of October, Veterans Day is in
Okay,
November.
that's 6, I'm sorry, okay,
Yeah.
first week of October.
Right. So we have time.
Yeah, I think we have plenty of time to, get,
Right.
if we need the high school keynote speaker, the key players in place to do the ceremony. I think
Right.
Well, we have an opportunity to get the keynote speaker that unfortunately it didn't work out for Memorial Day to do that.
I have his contact, and I talked to him briefly about a month ago, but I'll talk to him again and see if he's available. I think he would be a good speaker to have for this one.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And John and I are going to get together and we'll have our meetings. And it was one of the things, one of the issues we had before, but we've resolved that.
Great.
Anything else on Veterans Day? Anybody? All right. New Veterans Advisory Board matters.
I was looking for that within the group. Anything, just open table, open forum. Is there anything you want to talk about? Things that you think are important that, maybe we could do things a little bit differently or better?
What you and I talked about with the changing of the guard here,
Yes.
I believe we need to bring that up.
Okay.
I believe it's every 6 months or every year that we change?
It should be it's supposed to be, I believe, every 6 months for your position and for the auxiliary position. But I was trying to find right here in the, basically the resolution, exactly what the guidelines were and what we move around. I did digging this afternoon on it before the meeting, but I can't find the exact rules for the commander position. I found them
Hang
for.
on,
Okay.
I have each set from day one. I believe it was initially set up so that 1 year it was for the Legion, and then the next year it went annually. But
Okay.
I will find that. I will continue to look for that and give it to you, but I believe that, I know I've got it. I'm pretty sure it's annually the change, and it was supposed to be around June when the elections change, when both the positions
that's what I
are
thought.
settled.
That's
So
what I
it's like
thought.
June timeframe, it would be like now. This meeting would be the one to change up.
I believe that's the way it was, though.
Well, if we
After they
don't,
had
I
their,
will find it out and I'll send out an email.
we had our elections, then they had their elections, and then the next meeting we was here, then we would. I believe that's when I took over,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. But I believe that's the way it was. Every year, right? Yeah, I would believe it was. Yeah.
Yeah, my first meeting here was April, so still a rookie.
Okay, well, she's looking for that. Then go on to members' roundtables.
Yeah, and again, just looking for anything that ideas, brainstorming, anything that you want to, we want to talk about, and give us something to work on. So for the next meeting, we have more things to add to the agenda. Because after Veterans Day, we have a lull between, what goes on as a committee, and I just thought that would be a good idea if there is anything.
Well, for sure. I don't let anybody have anything to say. Turn around, bring it up, and discuss it. Yeah.
Right.
John, do you have anything that you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Ms. Bukowski?
No,
I found it.
All right.
Ordinance number, it's the first page in my book. I'm just going all through it. Ordinance number 0-12-05. Veterans Advisory Board creation. Commander of VFW Post 10210. Here's who's on the board. It shall be at least 5 regular members and 2 alternate members appointed in the following manner. 1, the commander of VFW Post 10210 or his designee. 2, a member of VFW Post 10210, American Legion commander, or at his discretion, another person. And then the fourth person is another member of the Legion. On a rotating basis, the president of the Ladies Auxiliary of VFW Post 10210, or another designated member. And then the rotating would be the auxiliary of the Legion, Post 189. It does not say for a year, but I believe that's how it always was, the 1 year. And actually, it got so nothing was rotating at all, which was not good. Everything just kind of stayed the same.
Yeah, I mean, unless I can find something different. I found the same thing. I have it right here as you were reading it, and it didn't give me a time frame, which I will dig into it. But mine is a little bit different. It's section 2-250, but it's the exact same wording as what you were reading. I will look into it. I think the year personally makes more sense. I just got to make sure we abide by the rules. It just,
Could we put that into a
seems to break it in
motion?
the middle of a year doesn't.
Can we put that into a motion and just put it into effect, add it to our bylaws?
I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I can do that.
Somebody give me a motion?
And then, number 6, the commanders will each select an alternate member. Wait, I didn't read the rest of this here. Officers' procedure.
Well, the only thing I could say, this year, we took over from you. So the last hurrah would be ours, and you take over again next year.
Right, we should have the election, we should have a reseating of officers, and it's the American Legion's turn to be in charge.
Correct, and that's, well, right now, with the parade and everything else, we're in charge. So basically, it's following protocol.
No, the parade and that has, this ordinance has nothing to do with the parade system. That's an agreement, a side agreement between the post. But I get what you're saying, but that has, it has nothing to do with the ordinance.
But that's the way it's working out.
But basically that's the way it has worked.
Yeah.
Yes, because 1 year we're in charge of all the parades, the next year they're in charge of all the parades.
So what you're saying then is it should follow, when does the VFW take over? When's your duty done? When is your last function? Veterans Day?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, Veterans Day.
Veterans Day would be
Next Memorial Day, we would take back over all the functions again, just like you did this year.
Right. And that would be simple.
That would be real simple.
Okay, unless I
Well,
can-
but see, by Memorial Day, yes, but the only problem is you don't know who the commanders are, so you can't seat this board. You can't seat here until the end of June. So can we go, would you be willing to go one extra? He's going, no, you want me to do another extra ceremony? If you would go an extra ceremony,
Then it all works out.
and then we just change, right, and everything changes, that does make sense, but we wouldn't be able to do it
Till June.
until the commanders are seated.
Yeah, what, Margarita was just telling me is that that's what she believes it is. Just give me opportunity between now and next couple of weeks just to find exactly what it's, if it's a new resolution or a change, that's fine, I'll take it to council, but if it's not specified in there, then I think we're fine. I don't see why we wouldn't be. But let me just research that.
I was going to suggest we just table this until the next meeting
Yes,
and then
please.
finalize it at the next meeting.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
be great.
Yep, I think that'd be the way to go.
Okay.
It actually should be an action item, the appointment, because we should be appointing.
By the commanders.
No, no, you would have the active seat because you guys are in charge.
Correct.
And then just re-verifying the people on the list of appointments for the next meeting.
Do we need, like I said, I guess Butch will be retiring, or
Right.
he's retiring,
Yes,
do you need
his
to?
eyesight, his health, his eyesight just isn't going to allow him to do it anymore.
Okay. Is that something that you would nominate? I mean, it's,
next meeting, would
Next
do the
meeting.
whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, the next meeting we
Right?
can do the whole
And-
thing. yeah.
And make you have the lead, the Legion has the
Up to
lead.
June.
Through June. I don't,
And then-
and just so that we don't have to run this through city council
well,
to change the ordinance.
Well, at the August meeting, he would just take, because June, then you got the August meeting, at the August meeting, this meeting here, he would be taking over.
Right. And,
That's
and do we,
simple.
you, to put it in the ordinance, you have to run it through city council. I think that we now will have it so that we know that you're doing the ceremonies when you're president, or when you're the chair, and VFW is doing the ceremonies when we're the chair. We know that. If you want to change it in the ordinance, you have to run it through city council, and I don't know that we need to do that. We just know.
Okay, well, let me just, give me a couple weeks, let me just find exactly what it says, but I will communicate that to everybody.
Ordinance number 0-12-05.
But then could I ask you, since June elections, and you were the chair before, does it now become our turn?
Yes,
Okay, so right now, we're the chair.
you should be.
Yeah, you would be the, yes. At the August meeting, you would be the chair.
Yeah.
So next meeting, I'd say I would appoint John to speak on the Legion behalf.
Right.
He would be, and I'm appointing John to speak.
On your behalf, yes.
Because
No problem, that's not a problem.
John's a colonel, I'm just a peon, sergeant, so he's more
Yeah,
in tune with that.
But, yeah, that's all your decision, yes.
so, yeah.
So John will be in this chair, running the meeting.
And you sit at the far
I'd
end.
be at the far end.
Perfect.
Can I sit?
Fine.
No,
Okay, well, that's one of the topics for the October meeting. That worked right in there. Do we have any other topics for the October meeting? I believe we get that resolved in a pretty big, because we got everything you're working on that.
And if there is anything that comes up between now and then, just give me a call or send me a note.
Yeah, just remember how to email.
Okay? I think it's cool, you got it. I don't know, I had you all in the same, I don't know what happened. I don't know why one got ghosted or another didn't get there. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I got your folder. And
Well, I drop it off just to be on the safe side because I'm not the best in checking my personal email on a regular basis. I check my work multiple times a day, but not my personal, and I just prefer giving you the hard copy.
Okay, well, if, does anybody have anything else? Neil? Andrea? Johnny?
No,
Russell?
no.
Well, we'll move to adjourn.
Thank you, sir.